Thank you to the welcome to the press conference following the second day of the European Council. Welcome and thank you for joining us. I see there are a lot of people already raising a hand, but I'll first give the floor to the President of the European Council.
Merci.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. We have just closed the European Council. As you know, we had a very intense menu. We discussed at great length foreign affairs issues, showing once again our unity on difficult strategic issues that are important for our future. We also had the opportunity to discuss other issues.
Addressed today is the coordination related to the COVID-19 crisis. You know that our goal is to limit the spread of the virus. It means it is important to make more progress between the member states with the support of the Commission, with the support of the rotating presidency, and we have worked a lot the recent weeks, the recent days as well on that. We took the decision to strengthen our coordination, our cooperation on the basis of the concrete proposals put on the table by the Commission and with the involvement of the rotating presidency. And we took also the decision to make more efforts in order to work together in the perspective of the vaccines. The Commission had the occasion to explain with details what we are trying to do together as a European Union in order to be able, when vaccines will be available, to make sure that it will be possible for the different member states in Europe, but also for our partners to have access to those vaccines, which in our opinion should be considered as a common good. It was a long, substantive discussion, and we agreed that we will have the occasion during our next European Councils to come back again on this very important topic. This is one first point. Another important point, I had the occasion this morning to present to the colleagues the leaders' agenda for the next months. I think it's very important to have a clear vision about what are the strategic topics that we will discuss at the level of the European Council between today and June next year. This is a concrete proposal that I put on the table, knowing that this agenda will be flexible based on the circumstances. Probably we will adapt our way of working, and I intend to continue to try to develop a strong preparation for each European Council. We have experienced the last months smaller formats, smaller video conference in preparation of some difficult topics. We used these two smaller formats, for example, in order to prepare our position regarding China. We did the same regarding Turkey in the Eastern Mediterranean. We think it's an effective approach in order to be certain that we have a space for real interactivity, political interactivity among the leaders. Then today we agreed formally our conclusions on the digital and single market. This is a very strong signal. This is a very important step that we are making today. Vous le savez, nous avons long...
As you know, our ambition is, of course, to consider that the EU is fully active, working towards an open market. We believe in free trade, but at the same time we think that Europe needs to be more resilient, better place to establish priorities, better place to assert its capabilities in strategic sectors, less dependent, as we might have seen, for instance, in a rather painful way during the COVID crisis. So the conclusions that we adopted today send a clear message, because there we are talking about developing very concrete priorities for digital sovereignty to strengthen our capacities in the internal market. And I'm sure you'd all understand that we don't want to repair the internal market, but work to ensure that it works better, that this major asset that we have that brings Europeans together, that this can continue to be developed to serve our project project and to serve our values. I'd most sincerely like to thank the Commission for the remarkable work that has been done in cooperation with the Member States so that we could agree on tangible, ambitious proposals. I think that this is a strategic point of time, and we've got that set now for the coming years. The digital agenda and transition, the European Green Deal, which Ursula von der Leyen adopted very swiftly after she took up office. So today this message is sent out very clearly in terms of the digital agenda, and there is of course a very clear link between the two transitions. And then the final point.
A short update about the negotiations, the ongoing process of negotiations with the European Parliament in order to implement what we have decided in July, the MFF, the own resources and the recovery fund. We will have the occasion in the next days to be involved in order to try to make progress. We know that there are some difficult topics between the Member States and with the European Parliament that we need to solve. We know that our agreement in July was a political package, and it's very essential to be able, as soon as possible, to deliver, to implement what we have decided. It's a question of credibility, and I feel a strong political will to make progress and to be able to implement the MFF and the recovery fund, but we'll continue to work very hard in order to reach this goal. And finally, just one word about Brexit. Just an information session. We had the occasion to have an update by Ursula and also an analysis by the Irish Prime Minister, but we didn't open the debate today because you know that we'll have the occasion in October during our next meeting to have a more substantial exchange of views, and we will take into consideration the possible developments between today and the next European Council. We trust the Commission, we trust Michel Barnier, we have a clear European position, we are united, we are very calm, we have expressed very clearly the last weeks what we think about the current situation, and we will have the occasion in October to tackle this important topic. Thank you. Vous voyez, il y a beaucoup de...
You can see that there are a lot of substantive points that we addressed at today's meeting. We had an intense political agenda in the European Council, and this meeting was another opportunity for us to wave our European magic wand. We have a real desire to debate, to have a dialogue, to go into the nitty-gritty substance of things, and that's certainly how I see our European ambition.